Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Halcyon 6. I was getting a little frustrated last episode, and I'm not gonna lie, I was recording tired as well. It never helps my disposition. But I'm rested, I'm refreshed, and I guess we probably ought to save these yablings. But I don't really want to send my B fleet on this. Well, I guess it's not too bad. The masterminds aren't really that scary. You know what? I think the B fleet can handle it. Let's let them return to base, refresh, and then let's go do it. I have to say, I'm a little bit frustrated with how long it is taking for us to just like make meaningful progress here. I'm wondering how much quicker we could have maybe gotten things going if I had started obliterating the ships in cruel space faster. It may turn out that this research project that we're on, the weird fleshy mass that we found, isn't actually going to be moving the plot forward, but I'm choosing to be hopeful that we have discovered the thing. I'm debating what I want to do to this guy. Do I think Roy's going to be able to kill him? He's going to take 1,360 damage when this ticks. You know what? What do we resistant to crew panic? I'm going to try to lock up one of the other guys. See if we can get a disable off. Okay, that's what I thought. I figured Roy plus the tick from torture would be enough. Roy always does good violent work. Alright, so he's... No, just resistant to disable, so I don't have anything that is going to be hugely effective against him then, I guess. Gravity Well's an okay attack. I will say, okay, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? When I'm frustrated with a game, I'm going to let you know. And I think that I have let you know. But I do want to make a couple of points about this game. Number one, I really, really like the music. I like the combat music a lot. And number two, I think that there's a lot of good ideas here. I think they just need to trim the second act, the game loop. After you like stop gaining power relative to the enemy ships, right? Like we're never going to be more powerful than we are. We should be able to end the game. One thing that I really like about Endless, I was about to say Endless Legend, Darkest Dungeon. One thing I really like about Darkest Dungeon is that the agency is on you to push to the end, and it's always clear to you what you have to do. I need to go to this place, fight the monster there. You know, here I feel, even if it's not the case that I am stuck and that I have to just kind of wait for the enemies to come to me, that's not clear to me, and that not being clear to me is itself a problem. Okay, he was able to brood pod off a ton of debuffs there. That was possibly the most efficient use of brood pods in history. But I don't want to give the impression that I think that the game as a whole is bad. I just think that they maybe need to tighten up the second act a little bit. I thought the whole first act was very compelling. The collective, after pinging its gratitude receptors, determines you are eligible for a reward for your service. No, that's okay. I'll just take the diplomacy. Alright, well, we're getting lots and lots of XP for our units. Ingeborg Zhao got a ton of XP for completing the research project on the cruel planet. And she's ahead of Roy Ziegler now. Or no, sorry. She's catching up to Roy Ziegler. I don't know, man. I guess Psionic Blast is the one we end up using over and over again. But my suspicion is that we're never really going to need to engage in difficult ground combat. Okay. The Corzin want us to blow up these fleets, and that is what we shall do. And we're definitely doing this with the good ships because it looks like we're going to have to fight some pretty badass cruel fleets on the way to getting it done. Alright, if we can just get rid of this guy, I think we're super, super good. We're totally winning. But we're going to take a lot of damage in the meantime. So this exploits engines down and does a lot of damage. This is probably how we want to open with this group. So I don't think I want to lay that down just yet. He's going to get ticked out for 526. It's not even very much, really. I get so accustomed to the top tier, the damage of the top tier fleet, that every time we use the B fleet, it's like, man, is that all? Is that really all? It doesn't feel like enough. Okay, let's. This should do enough of a job that he, yeah, he'll just bleed out. All right, so you're next. Assuming this thing doesn't give us the brood pods. If he brood pods the Slayer, that would be annoying. You know what? Let's just do an AoE attack. Make sure it can't happen. Use some of that legendary engineering skill, which we really have not made a lot of use out of. Alright, there's a weapons disruption to take advantage of over here. I'm hoping that by damaging more than one of them at a time, we can maybe get the Omen to brood pod incorrectly, like try to heal himself or something. Seeker Missile's attack is really good. I don't use it all that often on the other fleet, even though we do have it. Mostly because we have so many great attacks on the initial fleet. I didn't do very much damage at all. This could be sufficient, should be sufficient. Okay, that was a little close. Generated almost exactly enough damage to take it down. No, I was trying to get a disruption and a stun out there so that we could make sure that we're healed up. I definitely have some questions about why we feel it's more effective to attack from above. Are spaceships not usually armored on the top, or... I have no idea why that attack is the thing that it is. Okay. Yeah, there's no sense in waiting. Let's just finish it. Alright, was this all of the things that were being attacked? I thought it was worse than this. Sure, I'll take some dark matter, whatever. Oh, Arium Rovagati's actually getting pretty close. Maybe I should build another level 5 ship. Or tier 5, rather. Alright, so I'm not picking up skills for any particular reason at this point. Everybody's pretty set, I think. Are any of these Korsan fleets in places where it would be easy for the second tier fleet to get to them? Actually, this one. This one should be. Yeah, I think we should be able to handle that. Alright, where's Bucky? We went ahead and trained up all of Bucky's different skills, and then I don't ever even want to use any of the ones that we weren't already using. Okay, well, as far as panic attacks go, that's pretty good, because that's what I would have done anyway, probably. Let's try to shock him. Alright, do I have something that responds to shock? I do not. Alright, throw mines at him. Oh, we left him at 1? And then, do I have any AoE? No, I don't. Wow. Honestly, us being panicked has had very little effect. Alright, and for the Haymaker there, because it was much more likely to hit, and all I needed was the damage the Haymaker does. There was technically a chance I could have rolled minimum damage and left him at 1, but I did not think that was likely enough to be worth the trouble. Or worth the chance of the mine missing. Although it looks like the mine's base accuracy is 100% now that it's level 3. So it kind of doesn't even have a trade-off anymore. How are we doing? Oh, yes. Alright. So 1024 to 12. Alright, these guys have very similar damage output, so obviously we'll go after the weaker one first. Not effective. This could one-shot him. Didn't quite get there. Wow, we're having a hell of a time doing real damage here. Well, at least we got our overkill. Ooh, sabotage. Can I please... I don't know why it does this. Like, why is it there's no way to... Okay. 187 per round. Alright. I needed to know whether to panic or not, and the answer is clearly, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. The tooltips for things that you're mousing over should definitely cover tooltips from other sources, though. Mouse over tooltips are always the thing that you're trying to pay attention to. Alright, well, that was easy enough. Go back to all the way full health. Psychic Sensors 5. Cool, I guess. I'm probably not going to make any use of them. I definitely have a little bit of like old school JRPG syndrome when it comes to consumable items in games. You hoard them because you're like, what if there's a really hard fight at the end? And then you end up ending the game with all of the stuff in your inventory still. Alright, well, try to take his sensors offline, I guess. And with his sensors offline, munitions backfire will actually inflict a reasonably large bleed. Alright. I don't know, man. I feel like at this point, with the Tier 5 fleet, we can almost just use whatever abilities we want. A lot of these enemies do not have the wherewithal to defend themselves from our fleet. Okay, only 2 fleets remain. This one should be a little bit faster. All right, so we're gonna have to fight our way through a lot of garbage here. Okay, these two aren't too far apart in damage output. This guy's a lot easier to kill. Alright, so we hit with the Seeker and then with ramming speed. It's a pretty good combo for opening with these guys. Resistant to sensors down. I don't think that affects this army at all. I don't think we have anything that knocks sensors offline. We certainly haven't been using anything that knocks sensors offline. So it'd be cool if we could get vulnerable applied to this guy before we try a suicide run. And that being the case, I guess we'll just throw out some of this. Oh, we're all vulnerable. Yeah, I mean, we may as well just keep everybody topped off. Oh, never mind. He appears to be immune. 80% resistance is pretty good. Well, that being the case, let's just suicide ram him anyway. Seems to be our primary plan with this fleet. Adaptive armor should add ramming damage or something. I do think part of the problem with this, the way this combat system plays out, and I do like the exploiting the debuffs thing, but it might be more interesting if there were different exploits, or with everything just being I removed the debuff and then I did more damage. It's a little bit almost no matter your strategy, the battles are just sort of the same. Let's see if we can... Okay, not bad. Throw adaptive armor back up, even though it hadn't finished ticking yet, just for the... No, we're not going to hit that. Just for the initial heal. So I think we may be able to... never mind. I was going to say I think we may be able to kill this guy, but that was before I remembered that we were panicked, and so going to use our abilities in a slightly non-efficient way. Slightly extremely non-efficient. Alright. I think there's one more cruel fleet we gotta deal with. Yep. I don't even really want to use torture. Let's just do some flat damage to him. He's not going to be alive for long enough for torture to be very valuable. Is there anything I could do that might kill him? Yeah, this might. Probably not. Close. Let's make sure he dies. It's easy enough to put him down quickly. We're going to do the Seeker Missile into ramming speed combo on this guy, the dangerous guy. 1458 is not, it's not terrible. There's a fair amount of damage. I have no idea where we are on our new research project. I don't think very much in-game time has passed. We're like 20 minutes into the episode already, but it's almost all been combat. Really? I left him at 7? Wow. Let's just make sure there's no brood pod shenanigans. Okay, now that these are basically dealt with, do I want to play Adaptive Armor again just for the initial heal? I think that these two together should be able to get the kill, but let's help them out a little bit. Nobody's panicked or anything, right? Oh, ramming speed's not available yet. Once again, considering using Adaptive Armor to just heal up, but frankly, let's just get out of our... Really? There was another fleet? Is this the fourth fight? The third cruel fight after the... Okay, we get the engines down. After fighting the possessed Corzens? Maybe. Not a lot of damage. Okay, it'll do. Alright, we still really don't have that many options as far as direct damage from the science vessel. Man, our direct damage from a couple of these ships is not that great. The tactical ships really do lead pretty heavily in that arena. Okay, this is very unlikely to get a kill, but it's possible, technically. We would have had to roll right at the top of the damage range. I'm not surprised by that. Alright, can we please be done fighting here? Alright, taking down one of the Deviant Corzin fleets. There's something we have to do at the world, right? Yeah. So you guys can just go home, I guess? I have to say, I do like the look of their ships. Something about the, I don't know how I feel about like this low forward slung cockpit design necessarily, but I think this looks really cool. We can't engines down these guys. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So, like, this is another thing. The fight is now over. They've lost almost all of their damage-dealing capacity. I wish I could just say, like, okay, AI, take over from here. It can even be, you know, it can be even be flavored as me having the the captain of the ship be like, yeah, first mate, I leave it in your hands, because I got important captain-y stuff to do. I don't know what. Go write my memoirs, I guess. But basically, I just don't want to be here anymore. I feel like this is solved. I have to imagine the fire attack is way more effective in the atmosphere of a planet, which is what we seem to be here, instead of just out in space. Free Omega drones, cool. Alright. Should return to the starbase now and research the remains of these fleets in the Cruel Lab. Okay. I'm fine with that plan. Nothing else is going on. We managed to clean everything up. Okay. Speaking of the Cruel Lab, how are we doing in the Cruel Lab? 2 days. So that should be almost done by the time they get back, then. In fact, it is exactly done. The divergent cruel flesh has yielded astonishing discoveries. Rather than being mutated rebellious flesh matter within a greater cruel biomass, it has become apparent that its greater psychic responsiveness stems from the fact that it is healthy cruel flesh, while the servile cruel flesh we're best acquainted with is in fact diseased and rotted. Our engineering team has suggested that in studying the psychic distress signals emanating from the healthy cruel flesh, we may be able to jury-rig a cruel communication device that may allow us to communicate to any psychically healthy cruel beings we encounter. Ah, okay, so the motivation for this sudden attack is that they got some kind of disease. This is an engineering task. How long do we have on this? Oh. Plenty of time. Yep. We're just gonna sit here and watch space go by. Is anything happening? Stuff's happening. Okay, that's... This has to be dealt with by the good fleet. Hold up. That could be the other fleet. So could that. I think we'll send the slightly less good ships out this way. Alright, 6 crew stranded in space. Commander, we finished building the cruel communicator. We should go back to Polyxena and attempt to find the complex, non-servile cruel beings. However, we should be prepared for a fierce ground battle. Yep. Alright, get on this. This is a science task. Good work, research team. Alright, and this fleet can just deal with both of these cruel groups. It is really nice to have 2 functional defense fleets. In fact, we actually have 3 functional defense fleets. But the third one's doing housework, basically. We need them to just stay where they are and do the thing that they do. Alright, this should be pretty good. It said not effective, but it felt pretty effective. Hey, look at that! Science vessel, finally! Getting some real damage out of these things. I mean, we may as well finish this guy off. He has 6 health left. Alright, I'm actually going to just ignore him for a little while. We have other things that need taken care of. Actually, Shield Disruptor will be a fine way to kill him. Where did that other fleet go? Sure, give me some dark matter, I guess. Alright, I think we will outrun them. I know I said that we were going to do something about the Yablings, but at this point I think we should mostly be focused on getting through this. How much damage can I get on this guy? Alright. This should be... oh yeah, it's more than good enough. Everything, all the multi-attacks are still cooling down, unfortunately. Well, let's just give him a little tap. It's true, we do get that overkill. That attack can do like 2,200 damage now. That's impressive. Somehow we failed to finish him off. I can't believe how little damage that attack did. Alright, unfortunately, this guy's really only good for one real attack per, per fight. There we go. What is this? An amygdalic projector. The amygdala is the part of the brain that lets you suppress feelings or something. I don't really know a lot about it. Listen, what use would there be for me to know stuff about a brain? Okay, there's not really anything else pressing going on. Oh, no, you have a job. That's right. A very important mission, in fact. Alright, and these guys can finish up dealings with the Corzin over the remnants that we recovered from their fleets. Should be no problem. Well, that was a disappointing amount of damage overall. Okay, I'm just gonna trust that he's gonna die. Alright, well we got this guy to waste his turn in a pretty spectacular way. I do apologize, I'm having a little bit of trouble being enthused about the combat right now. Alright, this should set him up to die from his debuff. I hate that attack, covering up the attack buttons. At this point, honestly, any attack that makes any fight take longer is totally bumming me out. Let's take advantage of that vulnerable. Try to stun him, I guess, just prevent some damage. Man, ramming speed takes forever to cool down. Alright, latest wave of Cruel completely dealt with. before they could even wreak any havoc. Alright, here's hoping that whatever happens here is important and valuable to our fight against the Cruel. Commander, we've completed the research on the deviant Corzin specimens, but can't make much sense of it. The Corzin were adamant that this would help them, though, so we're forwarding them the research now. Thank you for this research, Commander. Immediately we recognize that will point us in the right horizon. Did a message get skipped there, maybe? Simply wonderful handiwork here. Oh, alright. It was weird. Didn't go back. Alright, we've arrived at Polyxena. We can attempt to establish communications with the Cruel whenever you're ready. I am extremely ready. I've never been more ready. Who's going to do this the best? 5 days, 9 days. Alright. As always, the only valuable member of our team. This should be fightable with our second tier fleet, I think. Yep, we're way ahead of you. Already en route. The engine's down, didn't land. That's a shame. Let's try to set up for a bullseye then? Nope. No such luck. Damn it. I thought things were going well. I don't know, maybe I should have done the nano repair field. Will the suicide run kill him? No. So we'll just do a normal attack. Will your suicide run kill him? Probably. I mean, this thing's not really that scary, especially given it's tier 5. It's not intimidating for a tier 5 enemy. It does feel like maybe they could dramatically reduce the number of random raiding party attacks you get too, because again, I know all of my solutions basically are coming down to, hey, why don't you guys make your game have a lot less combat in it? But it's just, man, the combat is a little tedious. Having a hard time getting our debuffs to stick. This one got on, which is good. Yeah, this is supposed to have a 75% chance to work. There we go. Wait, this would be a good time for a suicide run. Alright, 1764 is not too bad. It's not awesome. Certainly not what the tier 5 tactical officers do. I guess just deconstruct. We kinda, all of our stuff is on him already. That was very close to minimum damage, I think. Alright, finally. Let's go engage in some thrilling ground combat. Sure, 400 fuel, whatever. Alright, we've established contact with a Cruel settlement deep beneath the surface. Bring them up on screen now. Yeah, what do you want? On behalf of the new Terran Federation, we wish to communicate in the spirit of peace. Yeah, listen up, Bonebag. I'll respond to your questions via your little psychic wave transponder. Briefly. Just keep in mind that this conversation is going to have to be short. In case you haven't noticed, we're currently surrounded by brain-dead versions of ourselves that would like nothing more than to rip us apart and eat our innards. So those of your race that we've been encountering are controlled? Oh yeah, totally controlled by this ancient alien overlord. It's really embarrassing. It's our fault, though. We came across this ancient derelict space station, see? There we were, thinking, oh great, free wondrous ancient technology for us to appropriate. Big mistake. Didn't work out so great for us. One day we rise from our mandatory universal sunbasking period, and bam! 99% of us become psychically controlled by this primordial mother figure. Then, as these things happen, we, over the course of 10,000 rotations, get pulled through a myriad of transdimensional portals, forced to do any number of terrible crimes against various innocent races. It's a bit of a downer, let me tell you. How did you personally break away from the primordial mother? Me? Not entirely sure. My mulch brood and I were protected in some way, maybe biological, could be diet. But we've been careful, hiding underground, doing our best to stay away from the Overlord's eye. From time to time, a set of drones land here to seek out outliers like us, and we flee deeper into the planet. Either that or we'll be co-opted into the Overlord's flesh ships, which I can't imagine being pleasant. Yeah, it doesn't sound great. Alright, must be a way to destroy that thing. Well, we sent our entire fleet at it, and the remains of that fleet's ships currently serve as a crudely fashioned layer of carapace on the Overlord's bow. Speaking of ships, you may be interested to learn that a ship similar to those in your fleet crashed on this very planet not long ago. We managed to recover a very cold, inert box with a strangely shaped figure inside. We'll transfer it to you immediately. Sounds like you may have recovered one of our officers. Well, whatever it is, we left it intact. Alien biology makes us squeamish, frankly. Anyway, that's all the information I have to give you. My brood and I must keep a low profile, so if you try to contact us again, we won't answer. Goodbye, weird, few-limbed race. We sincerely hope your bodies don't end up fused to the stern of some ancient demon's hellship. They seem like nice guys. Okay, we were able to track down the ancient carbonite stasis chamber, and opening it up, we were able to revive the legendary officer Suki Sissoko. Okay, cool. A tactical officer with Into the Fray and Bridge Shot. That's, yeah, thumbs up. Okay. So definitely take the cool space power. All levels of Bridge Shot. All levels of Into the Fray. And then Suicide Run's fine too. And I guess... Slice the dice? Sure. Okay, so... It looks like we need a new ship. Tier 5 tactical ship. It's Commando and Matador? Yeah, Commando's the one we want. Okay, in the meantime, I mean, Roy Ziegler's been doing his job for a long time, and he's great and everything, but I think that Suki Sissoko is just going to be better. So... Sorry about this, Roy. You'll understand. Oh, I can't kick him off. He's in space right now. Okay, so what did I don't know, I didn't really get a lot out of that that's useful. It's cool to know what's going on, but that information is not hugely useful to me. Alright, the Corsican Consensus has contacted us in a state of shock. Something to do with a lost item of singular cultural importance, though our data shows that approximately 200,000 Corsican artifacts could ultimately match that description. We should send a fleet to look into it. Oh, man. Should we, though? Is that a thing that's necessary? Do we feel? Alright, you guys, just head back over there. The Corzin have contacted us yet again, saying that a huge emergency must be addressed by us, of course. Alright, well, we're already on our way, so... Commander, a terrible thing has happened. A poor, simple-minded member of the Consensus has struck out on his own, with one of our most prized artifacts, the Pillar of Zargon. He left a message saying that the great Aknokentanoki had spoken to him, and that the pillar would satiate the bloodthirsty Cruel if he brought it to them. Who knows what they might do to it? Drool on it, most likely. Chew on its side? It's too horrible to think on. Yeah, okay. Sounds rough. If only there were a friendly race with proven immunity to cruel possession, who was brave enough to venture deep into cruel territory to recover our artifact before it is swallowed whole by those orally fixated monsters. But where would I find such people? Yeah, okay. How good of you to come again in our time of need, yeah. Which is, it bears repeating, exactly what we knew would happen. Because of our psychic okay, that's not how you spell that. Omniscient/future sight, etc. You know the drill. Yeah. Thanks for dispensing with that relatively quickly. Well, though we feel clarifying the situation to be important, we also gleaned from the hostility of your thoughts that you had already taken that into consideration. Also, though the events of this universe are trapped in an unending Mobius strip, time really is of the essence in this case. The Cruel have launched simultaneous raids on many of our holiest and most psychically sensitive shrines. While we had sensed that the Cruel had developed a taste for Corzin's psychic energy after that deviant cult debacle, but we were unaware that they would somehow be inclined to launch an attack of this sophistication and magnitude. And without our shrines, we are but helpless Corzlings, crawling across the Agorzla desert, muling for cream of the Schnozroot. Yeah, okay. Thanks. We will, of course, need your aid in clearing... Yeah, okay, I know. Excellent. Of course, I knew you would accept, but only if I framed the offer in such a wounded, pathetic manner. Sure. I foresee this being... Stop talking to me, oh my god. That is so much more dialogue than was necessary. Alright, so... This looks like a thing we can send these guys on. And then there's all these like little events, these little random events that happen, and it's... The values are so irrelevant. Alright, we can attempt a ground rescue to recover it. Okay, let's attempt a ground rescue. Wait, actually, hold on. Let's let those guys finish going there. Okay. Alright, send the good fleet out over here. Six days, 10 days. Alright, Jade Stensgaard is. Man, that's just like a huge amount of dialogue, right? There's no good reason for all that dialogue when all that we're actually getting is go to the yellow exclamation point and fight a fleet just like every other quest we've ever been given. I don't think of myself as a person who doesn't enjoy the written word, but, you know what's really good? You know what my favorite thing about the written word is? Usually, it has been edited. Alright, well I think we can just let this guy tick out. Yeah. Alright, we got an overkill from full health. That's pretty good. Alright, yep, we're still hoarding. Oh, sorry, what I want to do is this. Obviously, we're still hoarding the consumables. I don't know. I can't imagine it mattering. Their effects are too small. Cleansing ritual at the Korzen Shrine has attracted the attention of occupying Cruel, and now we get to have a ground combat. I probably should have led with targeting assistance, not with the grenade. Let's cause a tiny amount of organ failure. We'll irradiate them, cause a bunch of organ failure. Shoot our troops full of unidentified combat drugs. You know the deal. It's pretty much the same stuff that happens the world over. Okay, so he'll take out. Next guy is you. Alright, I don't know why they even make us fight Cruel anymore. Again, this issue that we're having where the combat is just trivially easy might be affected by difficulty. It's possible that this is a much more satisfying experience, the ground combat, on a higher difficulty. Doesn't look like any of these ships are particularly powerful. Aw. Very slightly did not kill him. Just a little tiny bit, he's not dead. Ah, maybe you should have seen that coming, huh? Okay, we are absolutely obliterating this guy. Aw, right as I was about to heal. Okay, and now we're gonna have to do another ground mission. This is not the most exciting quest we've ever had. Task? Mission? I don't know what the appropriate nomenclature is right here. Commander, our recovery team has been approached by Hungry Cruel. We'll need to fight them off to protect the pillar, sure. We have a pretty good crew of fighters here. I don't think we have... Oh yeah, we have the Ghost Pepper Bomb, that's right. I was gonna say I don't think we have any AoE with this guy, but we totally do. Alright, so you are on 45 plus 12 per round, so yeah, you actually do need to be hit again. Alright, this guy's next. He was next before he threatened us with his power-up attack. Although, honestly, we just don't have to hit him right now. Oh no, we might take a small amount of damage. Nope, 100% hit rate. Never mind. I thought we were going to get attacked by the enraged guy. Okay. Our fleet has successfully orchestrated the recovery of the pillar. Alright, and here we have another Cruel fight. I don't know what we would have to do to lose this. It does feel like kind of a waste to make me fight it at all. Alright, triple stun, that was nice. Alright, we still have some panic going on over here. I guess we're just really slow relative to these guys, because we have a big speed buff on, and we're still getting interrupted a lot. Alright. One more place where we have to go and just do exactly the same thing again. Oh, wait. Sent the wrong ship. I had the position of my fleets backward in my head. I can't imagine this is going to have much of an effect on our ability to kill them, though. Although we would be killing them faster if we brought the right group to it. Okay, congratulations, you're all precognitive. Okay, yeah, may as well throw out the old spin maneuver here. Alright, this one only has a self-heal. I think this should be the last fight they have to fight before they head home. So maintaining their fight over the long run isn't terribly important. Maintaining their health basically only matters to the end of the battle. Alright, now we get all the fun of doing that ground attack again. So you get to come over here. Wait, what are you doing? Okay. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Commander. The entire Corsan consensus was supporting you throughout your trials to recover this most august of our artifacts. And now, with it safely back in our hands, we can return it to its proper place. Storage Unit Z76FFQ54215, never to be gazed upon. It's impressive that he was able to remember that off the top of his head. Might be an engineering task, it looks like. Or a general science task, that's fine too. Alright, we got a new commando for the new guy. Man, they always come with the same selection of like weird and bad powers. Alright. We don't need that many multi-target skills, you know? Throw some Omega drones on there, and I don't know. Sure, Chaos Aorta. Alright, we're finally about done with the Corsan for now. I wonder, at this point, if I started ignoring everything they have to say, I wonder if it would drop us out of alliance with them by the end of the game. Okay, easy. I don't know why they even bother showing up to fistfights anymore. Alright, we've cleansed all the cores and shrines. Thank you, Commander. With the shrines secured, we can all now rest assured that no Corzin will ever again fall under the sway of the cruel psychic dominance. Which, now that we think about it, was tremendously embarrassing for our reputation. Yes, it was. Now please stop bothering me. Ah, man. Okay, this can definitely be a job for, Fleet B. Okay, looks like everybody else is fine. How are we doing on stuff? Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We made some strides. We at least understand what the deal is with the Cruel, where they come from, and everything. Not that that's going to lend a lot of particular enjoyment to our game. Anyway, come back next time. We're going to try to put some of this information to use. I have no idea how. And we'll see you then.